Hey everyone, James from HitScan here, and I've got a whopper of a treat for you here. Abs is here as well.
Hello.
Hello. I think you're going to love this, Abs. This is Death's Door. It is a... how to describe this? Kind of like a Zelda meets Dark Souls-esque type game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very cool. So I have completed the main game on my other save. And I'm just going to go through the early goings of the game here because there's a fair amount of spoilers.
Right.
That are completely unavoidable. So I'm just going to run through the early goings because there's some action that pops off here and it's a good way to sort of showcase this game.
Okay.
So, you'll pretty much get the grasp of it here as we go along, but you are a little crow man who has no name. You're just known as the Reaper, or there is one guy who refers to you as Beakface.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
You have a lightsaber?
It's a sword with a glowy bit on it, because fantasy RPG.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Yeah. So, as you can see here, this person is basically telling us that we are a Reaper, we've got to go and reap souls. Whilst we are going to reap the souls, we are no longer immortal. In this plane where we are now, we're immortal. As soon as we go on a hunt, we're mortal until we bring that soul back. So, as you might imagine, with that being said, the first hunt in this game does not go well, which I will demonstrate to you momentarily.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see popping up here, there's a roll.
Nice.
You're going to, if you want to get through this game quickly at least, you're going to spend most of your time just doing this everywhere, because it seems to be quite a lot faster than running. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's a Zelda-esque game. There's a lot of puzzles to be done here. See, this area up here with this little cross on it is inaccessible to us now and will be for pretty much the duration of the game, because you don't get the hookshot spell until later on. So there's a lot of... It's quite a large world, and there are a lot of sort of fast travel points, which I'll show you a little later on because they don't come up just yet. But yeah, you have a bunch of spells. So the first spell you start with is the bow. Pretty simple.
Ooh.
And you'll see up in the top left there's charges. So as I shoot this, one of those little white pips will disappear.
Okay.
And there's a lot of this too in the puzzle solving, that when you sort of go through an area, there's always a switch to hit or something like that that'll let you get back to the door you came from quickly. Yeah. Because when you die, you don't really want to be going through all of that. And you will die a lot in this game. It's quite hard. Yeah, so this is your first boss, the demonic forest spirit. This is the soul we're here to reap.
Cool, I like it.
Yeah, this is a fairly straightforward boss, to be honest with you. It's not meant to be difficult, really.
Yeah.
But I did get hit, so... I'm just going to try and finesse through this. No, okay, no. No, I suck. I died about probably 20 times. The game has taken me something like about 12 hours to finish. And I've still got about 12% of the game to do, according to the little sort of stat tracker on my load game.
Okay.
There's a secret ending I'm trying to get.
Ooh. I like secret endings. So there's a story then. Yeah.
So I don't really know how much I can say about it without immediately spoiling everything that's cool. But yeah, you'll see here that we go to get our giant soul. Our little crow is all happy about it.
Doing a little dance.
Yeah. And then this motherfucker shows up, bonks us on the head, and steals the soul.
What an asshole.
And then all these little forest guys surround us. These are quite cool. I don't really know what purpose these guys serve. So
they're cute.
Yeah. And they follow you around everywhere until you like go through a door or something. Yeah, so the health system in this game, whilst we're on the little foresty dudes, you find seeds. You plant the seeds in these flower pots that you'll find every now and then.
Okay.
There's the crow bastard.
Ooh, he's scary.
Yeah. Oh, little hidden secret here. Loads of these. Best part about this game is the little... They hide things so well. Yeah, the health system really quick. So yeah, here we go. You find these little live seeds, and yeah, planting them in a green pot yields a little soul fruit that you can go over to, press E or Y, and then that'll give you full health again. But they are very few and far between, and you can't heal yourself any other way than doing that, or travelling back to the Reaping Commission, the noir-looking place that we were before. Yeah. You can buy upgrades there as well. So, in a similar way to how Dark Souls works, if I kill a dude, you'll see in the bottom right there, I get some souls.
Yes.
And you can spend those souls on, I think it's strength. Oh, here, we'll just open up and go back and I'll show you. This is actually working out quite nicely. I didn't plan any of this. Yeah, there we go. So you can come and trade. Yeah, brilliant. Right, so let's go down to the big four-eyed Raven Crow man. And not four eyes because he has glasses. He actually has 4 eyes. Yeah, so here you go. So you can spend souls on strength, which will give you more reach and damage. Dexterity will let you hit faster. Haste will let you run and roll faster, and there's less cooldown between the rolls. It's not massive by any stretch, but you can definitely tell the difference between, having none, having 3 points in it, and having 5 points in it. There's like big differences there. And then magic, which will let you do more stuff with your spells, more damage.
Very cool.
Yeah. So the spells are pretty spaced out throughout the game. There are essentially 3 main bosses that you're going to track down for at least the start of the game, for maybe about 60% of the game. And those are other giant souls that you'll be fighting. They're kind of similar to that boss fight that you saw there before, but quite a bit harder. Just kill these dudes to get this door unlocked. Yeah, the early goings of this game, very, very easy. It's a lot of doing this. Oh, here's one of the little life seeds.
Oh,
so
yeah,
there we go.
I see.
Plant the seed, and then we can hit Y to consume it, and then that'll bring our health back to full, but we were already at full. And then you can't use that until you come, sort of go out of the area and then come back.
Okay.
So you kind of have to plant those frequently, but use them sparingly, essentially. And it's a nice system. I've really enjoyed this. So I'll just say, in the middle of me ranting about how good this game is, just to assure anyone that there's not going to be some sort of mid-review turnaround here, this game is fantastic. And honestly, if we have a Game of the Year discussion, I'll be banging on about this. I think it is wonderful. Not only is it a beautiful game, everything about this just screams elegance. And that sounds like a really like a daft way to describe a game, but it's really, really like beautiful in its simplicity.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Elegant is the only way I can describe it, even though it sounds a bit like farty and up my own ass. Like
the atmosphere is very elegant. Like the music and just the way it looks.
Oh, the soundtrack is fantastic.
Yes.
It goes from stuff like this to just like fucking ripping guitars, just like it's so just I love everything about this game. So this was made by the same guys who made Hyper Light Drifter, which was a huge favorite of mine. Like that came out of nowhere. It's like an indie darling game. It really is. And I played the living shit out of that. So when I heard this be called, the spiritual successor to Hyper Light Drifter, I thought that'd have to be a fucking good game to be a spiritual successor to that. And it has blown my fucking mind. It's blown my socks off. It's blown everything that there is to blow. It's I can't get enough of it. And I'm sad that I'm almost done with it. And I hope there's going to be some sort of like DLC or something like that down the line, because I'm having so much fun with this game and I don't want it to stop. Oh, here's the gravedigger here. So he wants to be killed.
Oh.
But we can't kill him.
Oh, poor guy.
So I'll try hit him with a harder attack. So we can do a charge attack. Let's try a bit of a run up. Yeah. So this is a neat little feature. So whilst you can do the little charge attack, and that does like a big load of damage, and there's a lot of sort of dodging involved, you can kind of chain these two together in that you can dodge roll through something and then hit your charge attack and hit something.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's very cool. Like, even though this is like a Soulsy type of, combat, it's very fast paced. There's a lot of, just hit and move and get it, a lot of spell flinging and it's great. I think you have to really play this. It's great on a keyboard, don't get me wrong, but you have to play this on a controller to appreciate how tight these controls feel. Like, when you fuck up, you fucked up, and it wasn't the game's fault. It wasn't, hitboxes that did it to you. It wasn't, the control scheme or anything like that. It's all very straightforward, nicely laid out controls, and if you hit the wrong button, then you die, and that's your fault.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the combat, because it looks like, very flowy and elegant. We're using that word a lot, but does it feel that way as well?
Yes, very much so. It feels, I would say, it feels like the combat equivalent to how tight the platforming controls feel in a Mario game, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like this is the genre-defining control scheme. This is how these games should feel. Like, even Zelda doesn't, the isometric Zeldas like that are, laid out like this don't feel as tight as this does.
No, with Link's Awakening, which is the one I played, you pretty much just press one button the whole time.
Yeah.
There's not really that much to it.
Yeah, I haven't played Link's Awakening, at least the modern sort of, iteration of it on the Switch. But I watched you play a bit of it, and I was getting that vibe from you.
Yeah.
For sure. But I honestly, I really want you to try this game. I just think I
want to try this game.
Honestly, I could sit here and wax poetic about this game all day, but I thought I just wanted to come and show you for a perception check. I mean, there's no two ways about how I'm going to score this thing. It's a flat out perfect game. I mean, in every sense of the word, it is perfect. Yeah. So there are these little hidden shrines knocking around, and these essentially will give you almost like a heart container.
Okay.
So you get like you get a shard of a vitality crystal, which will increase your health up to 5, 6 is the max, I think. And you can get that for your magic too. So there are lots and lots of these little hidden shrines around, and some of them are hidden so well. And when you kind of you sort of stumble across them every now and then, like by accident, if you haven't got a walk through there, I don't think many people would notice them right away.
Yeah.
But you stumble into them and you're like, wow, like how well you hid that is just like you just changed. Like every time you see one of them, you just kind of like that just changed my perspective on that game, like completely. So you saw there, like, we've been in this view the whole time, right? In this, these directions, like,
yes,
this is north, this is south, west and east. But then you walk around here, and that all shifts. And even though it's just a change in a camera angle, there's just these little minute things like that are just like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I like the way this map is, because sometimes with these types of games is that you can't really explore anything because it just sets you on one path.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, obviously you can, and I really like that because I love exploring things in games. You know,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that lights every torch in a cave to see if it does something.
Yeah.
So that's great.
So what I'll do now, just because in the early goings it takes a little while to get your spells and abilities and things like that. I'll jump into my post-story save, and I'm going to try and find somewhere that will show you kind of just how wild and weird these puzzles get. So let's see. If I'm trying not to show any spoilers here. This is really hard. Right. Let's try like was it Castle Lockstone? I'm trying to remember. I should have prepared this really, but I wasn't gonna jump onto this, but then I thought, actually, you know what? There's a lot of spells here that we need to have a look at. I want to say it was down here. So there's like the puzzle I'm trying to show you. It's a puzzle on ice, and you have to use a combination of your bow and hookshot, and it was so fucking goddamn infuriating because I knew how to do it, but my hands wouldn't let me do it. Is that the right way? Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. Perfect example of this is how the hookshot works.
Okay.
Really nice, and you can do it into enemies as well. And when you upgrade it, you get a little extra ability, which I'll show you here. When I jump into him, I'll immediately do like a big attack for huge damage. Ooh. And just own him. So there are multiple weapons in the game. These are hidden quite well. The Reaper Sword you start with. There's the Thunder Hammer, which is like a big, slow, but AoE type of attack. The Rogue Daggers, which ended up being my favourite and got me through a lot of tough boss battles. The nice thing with these, so you'll see here, like, it shows you the damage, the amount of swings that you'll get in one combo, the swing time and the range. So, like, your Reaper Sword is pretty well balanced. Your Thunder Hammer, you only get a couple of swings off of it. Your Rogue Daggers do the highest DPS, I guess.
6 swings. Oh.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of just like roll in, ba 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 ba, and roll the hell out of there. And
nice.
It's great. That feels amazing. Combat.
I like that.
Combat in this game doesn't feel anywhere near as good if you're not using the Rogue Daggers. The Reaper's Great Sword you get really late on, and it's very the puzzles are a nightmare, but it does massive damage. And then you get this umbrella really early on if you kind of go out of the way, and it's dog shit, and I think it's just there kind of as a meme, and I'm okay with that.
Love it.
Haven't used it once because I'm too scared.
You know, I feel like there's going to be those people who will like set themselves a challenge to only use that umbrella the whole time.
Like those guys who put that ring on in Dark Souls that like makes them take 50% more damage for no benefit. That's exactly the kind of thing I can see people doing with it. I'd really love to see someone speedrun this because it's so good at stopping you from exploiting the game. Like there are so many times I've seen like a hookshot point or somewhere I can like shoot my bow to set something on fire to like progress, and it's been really good in how it's laid it out that it's stopped you from cheesing it. And I'm like, I'm disappointed by that, but at the same time, great game design, guys. Like, wow, well done.
Yeah, there doesn't look to be any points where you can just like fling yourself across the map or anything like that. Like it looks really well made.
Here we go. Right. This is where I wanted to come. Turns out there was a door much closer than that, but hey ho. Right. Here we go. So I'm slipping around on the ice here, as you can see.
Yes.
Right. So we need to go bow. Get through here quickly. Okay. Simple enough. Right. This is the one that gets me. Right. So you need a little forward momentum. Hit that one. Go, 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 go. Oh, no.
Oh, so close.
So you have to get the timing on it, but you need to like give yourself enough time to get there. And it's so Right, I think that might be right. See, this feels set up now because I've practiced this so many times now in trying to do it that it doesn't look that hard, but it really is. Right, here's the tricky one.
Like ice crystals give you your power thing back?
So hitting things gives you your range things
back.
It's
just hitting things.
Yeah. I did forget to mention that, sorry. Good job you were here. Right, so... right, this is really awkward. So, this is the one cheese strat I have found in the entire game, is that you can, if you get the angle right, you can hit this without having to run the whole way around. But it's really hard to do without falling off the map. Right. I think I cocked that up, but we'll see. Yeah, I did. No. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can see how these puzzles get, right? It's very, very much a pain in the ass. But great at the same time. Like, it really... There are these really, really great puzzle moments where you're just like, yeah, that was more interesting than anything I've ever done in a Zelda game.
I feel like this would be less of a so frustrating I want to quit and more of a so frustrating because I want to play this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this leads to a shrine, for a health crystal, and that's it. Like, and I knew that doing it, and I was like, no, I'm doing it. Like, I've gotten good at the combat now. I want to get good at the puzzles,
Yes, yeah.
So it was very much, like, all these puzzles... There are very few that are actually needed for the main story. The more frustrating ones are the ones on the outside for extra health crystals, extra magic crystals, yada yada yada. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of anything else I haven't covered. Yeah, I mean, the only thing to explain there really was that the spells that you eventually unlock, you get the bow, a bomb, which is literally just, you throw a bomb, it blows up, the hook shot, and a fire spell, and that's it.
Okay.
Those are your only abilities besides your slashes. But even though there's so few options just from your own abilities, you often find things in the map that can really sort of turn the tide of a battle. Like, there might be an enemy that's essentially an explosive pot that's running towards you like a creeper from Minecraft, and if it gets too close, it'll blow up. But if you hit that guy with an arrow, he'll blow up and then kill all the shit around him.
Yeah.
Or there are these plants that you can hit that shoot a bomb wherever you stood, but it takes time for them to shoot the bomb at you. So you can hit it, run away, run into a pack of, really big burly mobs, wait for the bomb to shoot at you, and then roll out of the way. And it kills them all, and it feels fucking amazing when it happens. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, shiny things. There are shiny things in this game. So I haven't got any of them here, but because this is the early save, but basically you go through and collect all these different objects, and they reveal certain parts about the lore, just little tidbits here and there, and they are essential for 100% in the game and getting the secret ending. So I have like most of these. I think I've only got 2 left to get in the main game, so that's what I'll be doing right after we've done all of this. Is straight back to that grind. Anything else to show? Oh yeah, one small, and it is the only gripe I have about this game. So you can see here as I'm on the controller right now, when I aim my bow, it's kind of freehand. There's no real indication of where this is going. I'm just kind of lining it up. With the mouse and keyboard, I get this.
Okay.
And I wish that was on the controller just when I aimed.
Yeah.
But yeah, mouse keyboard feels really good too. And in fact, there was one part, that puzzle I showed you earlier, that had to be done on the mouse and keyboard for me. I couldn't do it with the controller. I sat there for like I say, 20 minutes trying to do that one part of the puzzle, and I just couldn't get the bow shots to line up in time with the controller. That's the only gripe I have with the whole game. Yeah, music, fantastic. Screen shake, I turned it off. I can't tell you how horrible or good that is. I turned it off right at the start. And it does do 144 hertz, which is great in a game that, you need a lot of reactions and response time to.
Yeah.
The dodging feels fucking amazing. So you can hit stuff, right? And right as their attack comes in, it seems frame perfect to me. If I roll out of the way, like, as that attack's coming in, it's perfect. Like, I dodged it, Or if I roll into the attack as it's coming, like, I'll get hit by it.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by that, like, Super Mario level of tight controls.
Yes.
And it's... Oh, I wish more games would do it. I really do. It just feels so good. Yeah, that is pretty much everything I can cover without going into spoiler territory. So, is there anything you want to ask? And I'll see if I can answer it without ruining the game for everyone.
Nothing to do with the story, but we've probably already covered this a little bit. But have you found any bugs at all? It doesn't seem like there would be any.
None.
None.
Literally none. As I say, I haven't 100%ed the game yet. I am like 80-something%. But throughout, there's been nothing. No bugs, no typos. One thing I will say, actually, is that there are some... Whilst this seems like quite serious, I suppose, even though you are a little crow running around, there's a lot of dark humour in this, and some, very light humour. Like the overlord of your reaping, I don't know what you would call them, the reaping business, reaping constitution, whatever. He has, when you meet him for the first time, he has a mug that says "World's Best Overlord" on the tea mug. And his head is a padlock, and he's drinking through the lock. So, it's great. Like, there's just some really dumb stuff like that in here. Some of it doesn't quite land, but honestly, for like a younger audience, can you turn gore off in this, actually? There isn't a lot of it. Like, you're knocking masks off of people. That's not a guy's head there, as you can see. But there is, like, blood that's not really blood.
Yeah, it's kind of that type of pink blood that you see in games where it's like, this isn't actually really blood, but it kind of is.
Yeah. Like, I have children at 8 and 6 years old, and I would be comfortable letting them play this game.
Yeah.
Because not only is it a fantastic game, and it, there's very little gore in it. There's pink splatters of paint, let's say. It's got these really nice messages about death and life in here that are quite soft. There's nothing hard hitting about the way this game talks about death. You even meet the actual Grim Reaper at one point, and he has an existential crisis going on, and he's working through some stuff. And
Grim.
It's all so nicely and neatly wrapped up, and it's got a great message for people who, I don't even think just younger people, just people who are having a rough time. I could see this, like, as someone who's experienced low points, I could see this bringing someone out of that low point.
Wow.
That's how strong I think the message is, and you don't even have to look very hard for it. It's just right there. And I think it's one of the things, on top of the mountain of other things about this game, that makes it so elegant and beautiful. And I really do think that this is really going to be a strong consideration for Game of the Year, at least for me.
Yeah, I absolutely love games that have a message, even if they're not, like, pushing it down your throat. Like Detroit Become Human is one of my favorite games, and that whole thing is about, like, racism and inequality, but it's with robots.
Yeah.
Not with how the world is right now.
Yeah.
And I enjoy those things in games because it makes me think about the world while I'm playing a game, but it doesn't make me sad.
Yeah. There are some sad moments in this game, in that, when you're reaping these bosses' souls, they've always got a reason for doing what they've done. There are no bad people in Death's Door. It's very clear about that. But there are, people who have made questionable choices. But given the same circumstances, would you make the same choice? Maybe. It's good about telling that story without ham-fisting it in any kind of way. Or, like you say, forcing, a particular opinion or on one side or the other. I'm struggling to find my way around here whilst we're doing this. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, just while we cap off, anything else whilst I'm rolling around?
I'm excited for this. I've been in a gripe with games recently where nothing has really interested me.
Same here.
Everything seems the same. We've got a lot of farming sims happening.
Yes.
Which they're great, but oh my god, is there so fucking many of them that I feel that burnout without even playing any of them.
Yeah.
So this is like a breath of fresh air. It's really beautiful. It makes me excited. I'm definitely gonna buy this.
Yeah. If there's one message I want anyone to take away from this video, buy this game. But give these people the money that they deserve. This, oh my god, it's a masterpiece. Like an absolute slam dunk indie success. Just give them the money. Throw it all at them. If they're selling the soundtrack, buy it. It's great. In fact, I'm going to go and have a look in a minute and see if they are selling the soundtrack. Because if they are, I'm buying.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Brilliant.
Yes, they are.
Brilliant.
It's a bundle.
Excellent.
You can get a bundle.
So yeah, that is Death's Door, and it is wonderful. Definitely keep an ear out for this in our Game of the Year discussion when that happens towards the end of the year. If we end up doing one, I'm sure we will.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please buy this game. You must. It's a masterpiece. And
I'm definitely going to.
Yeah. And thanks for joining me on this one, Abs.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, you'll have Death's Door. Bye.
Bye.